What up, everybody? It is the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to the 6th day of May, 2025. My name is Nick. I present to thee radio's Big J.
Yeah, it's May 6th already. Holy crap.
Yeah. Which part has been breezing by? The month of May?
Yeah, I guess April.
Well, April's done.
I know, but it's so sudden, like summer. Staring summer right in the face.
Yeah, and beginning tomorrow around these parts, it's going to start to feel like summer. I tell you what, Big J.
75?
You better break out your short pants. No, I saw 80 tomorrow. Let me just double check. But last I saw, it was going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. But
Trust
of course,
me, I'm keenly aware of the temperatures.
Who is?
I am.
Yeah, 80 degrees tomorrow, 79 Thursday, 87 Friday, 92 on Saturday, 86 on Sunday.
Yeah,
So,
Monday back to the 60s.
Yeah. So yeah, we're all going to feel like garbage on Monday because of the change in temperature. But it's going to
feel great.
But I tell you what, Big J, it is going to be piping hot when we are out at the Pioneer Federal Credit Union on Saturday, celebrating its grand opening, giving away a bunch of tickets. We're going to be out there broadcasting live from 3 to 5, so you better break out those short pants, pal, because we're going to need them.
No, I won't be doing that.
How come?
So probably riding my motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
You
All
don't
right.
ride in shorts, man.
That's got to be a juxtaposition for you as a man who used to walk around in shorts almost constantly, now has to, by proxy, wear some sort of pants if you want to ride your motorcycle.
It is a real pain in the ass. I'm not going to lie. I mean, safety first, so I'm going to wear that stuff, but it is a pain in the butt to put it all on.
Right, and I bet you're probably pretty hot when you're not riding that bike around, too, you know?
Yeah, it depends.
When the sun's beating down in that wonderful outfit that you have riding around, all Big J'd out, looking all hot. See it for yourself at Pioneer Federal Credit Union, and please compliment Big J on his pant choice as we celebrate the grand opening there on 6115 West Overland Road as they open up a brand new branch. Today on the show, we need your assistance. We got to turn this year around, Big J. This year has flown by, but let's be honest. The choice of movies this year has not been up to your particular standards. Let's put it that way. The movies that Big J has disliked has far outweighed the movies that he has liked, and we're trying to get back in the positive side of things for a little thing called Streaming Dumbass. So we're going to need your help. And we've got a couple of movies, 3 to be exact, for you to choose from. We need your assistance in picking out a movie Big J needs to watch tonight. We have got tickets to give away today. That is going to happen on our watch. We also have an opportunity to go to hell and additional cool things as the show goes on, so it should be a good one. But let's start with some music, shall we? Some Jane's Addiction, kicking things off here on the Morning After on the X Rocks.
After with Nick and Big J.
It's okay if every once in a while, Big J, we throw out some good news for important stuff and this little fluff story, right?
Yeah, man.
All right.
God, we need it.
Then how about we wish a best of luck and safe travels to Griffin Baldwin, Big J. He is a 13-year-old kid from Eagle, Idaho, and he is set to compete in the Supernatural and Super Nationals of Chess tournament this week in Florida. He began playing chess seriously about a couple of years ago, quickly has risen through the ranks, and he has secured victories in a bunch of major competitions, and including, by the way, the Idaho Chess Association Regionals, where age didn't matter. He also won the state tournament, of course, for his grade. And so now he is headed to the Chess Tournament Super Nationals in Florida to see if he can't win the whole damn thing, dude.
Awesome.
Now, he does need a little help getting there because, Big J, I don't know if you know this or not a lot of money in chess. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know anything about it.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly like a high-paying kind of like especially if you are rising yourself through the ranks. You're not getting a lot of cash doing this. It's not exactly a high-profile victory. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he's got a GoFundMe set up to get his tail to Florida this week. He needs a little bit about $1,200 in order to get there and reach it. That'll cover his registration, his flights, his hotel, and some meals. The tournament's going to take place from May 9th. Big J, May the 9th be with you, to the 11th in Orlando, Florida. So if you can, just search Griffin Baldwin on GoFundMe. That'll bring up his campaign. And let's see if we can't get this kid a little chess prodigy, Big J, from the state of Idaho to Florida. And hopefully Florida doesn't corrupt him too much and he kind of wins himself a chess tournament or two. You understand?
Yeah, don't live there. Just visit.
Stay out of the beaches, the parking lots there. If anybody around you is shirtless, walk away. These are our tips to you, Griffin, as you try to secure yourself a national championship, and we wish you the best of luck. And congratulations. And, man, chess is a tough game. And to master it at 13, Big J, you got to be smart. You got to be strategic.
Yeah.
And you got to be committed. And those are all three things that we can't really relate to, but we certainly do appreciate the effort.
Them real smart kids mastering chess.
That's right. There's lots wrong with that sentence, but Big J's overall thought is absolutely correct. Big J, Patrick Mahomes practiced a bit of nepotism with the Kansas City Chiefs earlier this week when he got the team to invite his half-brother, Graham Walker, to their minicamp. Now, Walker played tight end for Rice last year, but had his best college season as a freshman in 2021 when he caught 53 passes for 658 yards and 6 touchdowns. Hasn't really done much since then, but listen, man, when your half-brother is one of the best quarterbacks to play the game, his team's probably going to give you an invite. I don't think Travis Kelce needs to worry about his job anytime soon, but I suppose it's nice to get a shot, right? And
yeah,
if you have that leverage, why not call it in for your half-brother and make him feel a little bit better about himself? But if you're the half-brother, do you feel like dirty about it?
Well, you better come and work hard.
But knowing, there's no way in hell I would have gotten this.
You take any chance you can.
All right.
Any opportunity you can to get in there.
That being said, are you mad if you don't make the team?
Well, no. You're lucky your half-brother had to get you there. You shouldn't be surprised necessarily.
Now, if you're Patrick Mahomes, do you go, come on, just throw him on the practice squad, could you please?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
All right.
This is a dude who's looking to win every championship he can. He's not doing that.
I'm trying to figure out where the line is drawn.
I think he's probably opened the door. It's up to you now.
All right.
That's how I do it anyways.
They did it, Big J. They actually did it. You've been asking when are they going to set the record for the oldest person set on fire, and it has happened thanks to Final Destination Bloodlines. A 71-year-old stuntwoman named Yvette Ferguson, who came out of retirement for the film and achieved a new milestone as the oldest person to be set on fire for camera. And so they were very happy that they were able to break the world record for oldest person on fire. And they said that she did a fantastic job. Apparently, it happens in the film's opening sequence. So spoilers for Final Destination Bloodlines. Some old lady gets burned to hell, I guess, in the very first scene. But all of the movie's immersive sequences, including the skyscraper scene, which apparently has gotten some people sick, Big J, will be filmed or was filmed on IMAX and will be showcased on IMAX screens when the movie comes out on May 16th. So something to look forward to. Maybe you can get sick in the theater. When's the last time that happened?
It's been a long time. I was a kid.
Has a movie, was it from like the movie's like visuals,
No.
or you just ate something that was bad?
Yeah, exactly.
Too much candy? Your tummy got upset?
I think it was actually, and this is still a thing, if I eat like popcorn with butter on it and on an empty stomach, I'll get sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it always has made me a little sick.
Does it matter how much popcorn you eat?
No, it doesn't seem to.
Okay, so even just a little bit makes your tummy upset. Okay.
My little tummy.
So you usually get popcorn when you go to the movie. What have you eaten before you come to the movies? Because it's at a weird time.
It is at a weird time. I mean, sometimes I'll grab something.
Got it. But not always. So sometimes
Have
you
a
leave the
protein
movie
bar.
theater sick.
Well, you won't. No.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Not since I realized that
Okay.
that was making me sick. I don't do that. I'm
You just said sometimes you'll grab something, and that means sometimes you don't, I guess.
yeah, I
which
mean,
maybe-
sometimes I don't always have popcorn. I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
I really
You come in
haven't.
late sometimes.
I don't really pay attention to you that much.
And a lot of times I'll grab some popcorn. I'll just have a little bit, and then I'll give it to the kid.
Yeah. You'll steal out of Ian's bucket. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. It is the X Rocks.
From the new to the old, we're digging deep into the depths of Netflix. It's Streaming Dumbass on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Treasure Valley, Big J needs some help. He'd like to watch. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Help me.
He'd like to watch a movie tonight, but he is not allowed to make those decisions as to which movie he can watch. Too many mistakes were made in the prior years, and so now we leave that in the hands of you. We're going to play a little thing called Streaming Dumbass. Big J is going to watch a movie tonight on a streaming platform, but what movie he watches is entirely up to you. You will hear the plot descriptions of 3 movies. They are the descriptions that have been given to us from the streaming platform on which you can find these films. We have just stripped away the stars and the title of the film. You have to select a movie based solely on the plot. Whether you think that movie sounds interesting and you'd like Big J to watch it because, hey, maybe he should watch a good movie, You can pick that one. Or if you think it sounds terrible and you want to force Big J to watch a bad movie, I guess that's up to you. Seems kind of mean, but if that's how you want to do it, certainly it is your voice and we will not silence you on this radio station. So the way that you can do that is by texting in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. The movie that gets the most votes, that's the one that Big J will agree to watch tonight. No questions asked, and he'll report back to you.
Oh, I might have some questions.
Tomorrow, and he will tell you what he thinks of the movie and whether or not it is worth his time and your time. Big J, do you agree to these stipulations?
Yes. Yes, I do.
The verbal contract has been signed. We can move forward. Movie number 1, Blake and his family are attacked by an unseen animal and, in a desperate escape, barricade themselves inside a farmhouse as the creature prowls the perimeter. As the night stretches on, however, they realize they're in more danger than they even realized. Movie number 2. Screaming through the Nevada desert, a wily con artist hatches a plan to hide out from an assassin that's chasing him. But even jail can't protect him for long, as the assassin schemes his own plan and bides his time until he can complete his mission. Movie number 3. While investigating a case of valuable stolen paintings, a detective becomes the prime suspect in a murder. To prove his innocence, he must sift through a long list of suspects, from an art dealer to a missing playboy to a crazy neighbor to his own girlfriend. Movie number 1, We're Trapped. Movie number 2, That Was a Bad Plan. Or movie number 3, Who Done It? Not Me. These are your 3 choices. Which movie do you task Big J with watching? Movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3? Text it in to 208-287-1003. We will tabulate the votes. We will let you know the name of all 3 movies, including the one Big J will be obligated to watch. That is going to happen next on the X Rocks. Man in the Box here on the morning after with Nick and Big J. Big J, have the votes been tabulated?
Yeah, they have, man.
Is there a winner for Streaming Dumbass?
There is, but it was real close.
Oh, you like it when it's close, Big J. That means the people could make up their minds.
Yeah, there wasn't one that was just crappy enough to jam me up with.
So we will see what movie you end up watching. Big J, what movie got the least amount of votes?
Least amount of votes, movie number 2.
God damn it.
I know, that's the one I wanted. So
all I've been trying to do for this movie is, I think, 4 years old, probably 5 years old at this point. And I don't think I've recommended a movie to Big J more than I've recommended this movie. And still he hasn't watched it. And so I was like, I'm going to... He's been saying...
Is this the cop one with Gerard Butler?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Cop Shop. It's on Peacock. It is a... Listen to me.
Listen, I'll just watch that instead of the movie these idiots pick.
It is a fantastic film. It is fun and funny and different and cool.
I refuse to watch it.
And for some reason, even though it's got nothing but people Big J enjoys and a movie genre that he enjoys, he will not watch it. So I'm like, you know what? He's been saying I can reuse movies in Streaming Dumbass because I'm running out of new movies. And so I'm like, I'm going to pick this one because it sounds like it's cool. You guys pick every action movie I ever throw up into this particular beast. And the one time you don't is the only movie I want Big J to watch out of this bunch.
I'll watch it. I'll get around to it.
Maybe Cop Shop was movie number 2, and it is a fantastic film. Everybody should watch that movie. It's great. It's on Peacock. It just came back on Peacock. That's why I threw it back into the mix. But check it out if you can. It's a really good movie. I'm very sad you won't be watching it. What movie came in second place?
Coming in second place is movie number 1.
Movie number 1 is the brand new movie on Peacock called Wolfman, starring Julia Gardner, of course, the Silver Surferess herself, and Christopher Abbott. That was the modern take on the Wolfman thing. Obviously, the animal that attacks him is a wolfman, and one of them starts turning into a werewolf in the middle of the night. So you will not be watching that. It is on Peacock as well if you'd like to partake in that movie. So you'll be watching movie number 3. Is this correct?
Yes, 100%.
I have a confession to make, and I'll get into it for a second, but the movie you'll be watching is Confess Fletch, Big J. The latest installment in the Fletch universe starring John Hamm and Lorenza Izzo. I have also watched this movie. I thought it was terrific, but I'll leave you to your own devices. Here's my confession. I was searching through movies last night, and it hit me as soon as I started talking about it on the air. It's on Paramount Plus, according to Amazon Prime.
It's on Showtime, right?
It might be.
Showtime.
So if that's the case, let me know.
I'll charge you.
I'll give you my Amazon Prime login because I have Showtime attached to.
I got Big J money.
My account.
Just buy it.
You can watch Confess Fletch for free. That way, it doesn't cost you any money. I don't want this to cost you money because
I almost over the weekend watched Fletch Lives.
The second one.
Just because it makes me feel good inside for some reason.
So watch Confess Fletch and let us know if you think John Hamm did a good job picking up where Chevy Chase left off. Of course, this is a movie that was kind of stuck in development hell for a while, where Jason Lee was at one point attached, so was Kevin Smith, and then they reworked the whole kind of script, and John Hamm took the role. But you will let us know what you think about Confess Fletch. If you would like to watch it, it's on either Paramount Plus or Showtime. Unfortunately, with my Amazon subscription, it doesn't tell me which one is which. It just says that I can access it using my Paramount Plus add-on, but it does not tell me if it's only available on Showtime or not. So I do not mean to paint you into a corner, Big J. This was accidental. I will do better next time.
It was.
And that's why I'm offering up my Amazon account if you need it. Yeah, you can log in and you can check out the Showtime movie if you'd like.
It's not something everybody gets, friends.
It's true. But that's what happens when I messed up. Morning After with Nick and Big J. The movie is Confess Fletch. If you want to play the home game, Big J will tune in and give us his full review tomorrow if you'd like to check that out. We've got your important stuff. It's next on the X.
Here's stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Team Mazda and the pre-owned superstore. Getting financed at Team Mazda is easier now than ever at GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved. No effect on your credit. Try it. Log on to GoTeamCredit.com and check it out yourself. Big J, it is official, at least according to Americans. Firefighters have the toughest job in America. Hard to argue with. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, totally, man.
Construction workers, doctors, police officers, astronauts, farmers, and air traffic controllers, all among the top 10 hardest professions, according to us normal people that are voting for people that work for a living. 40% of employed Americans say their jobs were hard. Trade workers are more likely to rate their job as difficult. But just like any job, being a trade worker has its challenges, but in a world of shifting industries, the skilled trades remain a reliable and rewarding path, but it is a tough one for a lot of Americans.
Hard work, man.
Yeah, when it comes to what trade workers want others to know about their work, they basically said, it's an alternative choice. For those that feel that they're not college bound or don't want to go to college, they can still have a fairly good life and career, but it does take a commitment, and sometimes those jobs are dangerous and difficult, but something that you may need to know. There certainly is a reward, but there's a lot of, I think, in trade jobs, there's a lot more paying of dues than in other jobs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you have to intern, or you have to be an apprentice, or you have to do these things, prove that you can do the job, prove that you can do it well, and then you can reap the benefits down the road. But it's still very demanding of your time, a lot of times your body as well. And so it's a tough gig, man. But to those of you that do it, well done, man. I absolutely salute you.
Kyle recently just passed his plumber certification. So he's a journeyman plumber now, though he's not a plumber by trade. He's doing other stuff. And we have a neighbor, really good neighbor, lives across the street. He's a plumber, and he heard about this, and he was so excited. He couldn't wait to talk to him and just do plumber talk,
Nice, man. So what does he have to do then? Does he have to take an apprenticeship before he is officially a plumber?
He had to take a test. And,
but what does it take for him to go from journeyman to official plumber, I guess, is my question.
Yeah, that I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And you would dare ask.
I have silky smooth hands. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know nothing about working
But
hard.
I'm sure you told him the time that you had to take apart your sink to get that ring that was fell down there, where you played the role of a plumber one time on TV.
Yeah, check this out, Carl. Look what I can do.
Big J, the NFL draft is headed to Washington, D.C. in 2027. The move comes just a week after the Commanders owner Josh Harris struck a deal to have the team move back to the District of Columbia in a new stadium built on the site of RFK Stadium. The D.C. draft is slated to be held on the National Mall near the Washington Monument. Of course, next year they're going to be in Pittsburgh, but now we know if you want to get the draft, build a new stadium, baby. They'll come right to you.
It's going to be pretty cool, man. Out there on the, right there.
Out there, right there, indeed.
Well, it's a famous place, man. It's going to be awesome.
No, I mean, listen, so far, these NFL drafts, the tour they've done has been really, really cool. There's no doubt about it. So I think wherever they go, it'll make it a cool event. It doesn't matter what the backdrop is. I mean, in the middle of nowhere in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it was cool to have it in a small place like that. So I think the coolness goes with the event, regardless of where it is. It'll be cool in Pittsburgh.
I just think it'll be fun to check out. I didn't realize it was going to be in Pittsburgh this year. That'll be
fun to check out, right?
Nah.
Big J, don't worry. Jennifer Aniston is okay. She was at home yesterday when a man crashed his vehicle through the gates of her Bel Air residence, according to ABC News. The driver was detained by her private security and is in LAPD custody. He's facing felony vandalism charges. The incident does not appear to have been an accident, so they were clearly trying to get her attention. Although there's no indication whether or not the driver targeted Aniston, they definitely targeted the gates. So now the Threat Management Unit is handling the case out of an abundance of caution. The suspect with a minor criminal history was previously not under investigation with anything related to Jennifer Aniston. So we'll see what ends up happening here. But hey, man, you got to be careful.
Yeah, your threat management, you send one of these guys 6 feet under. They'll stop coming around.
Well, once again, they're not sure if he cared that much about Jennifer Aniston or not, or just wanted to ram through the gates of something. But nonetheless, this is still a capital offense for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
you drive through gates, you get murdered?
Who's going to want to take a chance on that?
I guess.
For security teams can start executing people.
I mean, to be fair, it hasn't really, slowed down murder, and people still murder, even though there is a death penalty in place for that. So
yeah, it's a long process, though. This would have been much quicker.
Oh, you're instantaneously shot in the head.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Morning After with
come
Nick
around here.
And Big J. I guess not. There's your important stuff. We are going to go to hell. It's next on the X Rocks.
Stories that are incredibly up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Let's not kid ourselves. I'm going to hell and you know it.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
York, Pennsylvania is where we're going for today's We're Going to Hell story, Big J. Specifically, the St. Patrick Catholic Church there in York, Pennsylvania. Now, I don't know how much the church plays a role in your life, Big J, but those of you that grew up around churches or in the church or specifically in a big city know that one of the things that the Catholic Church do, at least that I'm familiar with, was, they're open a long time. You know what I mean? Like they're open late if you want a confessional. They're open late if you're looking for guidance. There's an opportunity for you to pop into the church if you want to say a prayer for somebody.
Hunted by killers, that's where you go hide, right?
Almost 100% of the time, if you're being chased down by demonic beasts, you can pop into a church at like 11 o'clock at night, and there is safe refuge there 100%.
They might even have a team of like vampire slayers around. Who knows what they have?
Not a guarantee, but if you're going to find a team, they're probably going to be in a church. And so my point is there's usually an open door policy there at a lot of churches. You can pop on in if you need any kind of guidance or help. They are there for you in a lot of different ways. But unfortunately for the church, a 51-year-old gentleman came through the actual doors named Jesse Scohill last month at around 10 o'clock at night, wandered into the building. Nobody was there, at least visible anyway. But it was open to the public. People could come into the church. It's not like he broke in, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with the layout of the Catholic Church, Big J. But if you go into them, a lot of times you'll see like a lost and found box there at the front of the church. And then if you go into the actual church proper, the chapel or the steeple or whatever you want to call it, I'm not sure what it's called, you'll see usually as you enter or exit the church, there's pedestals that are there that are filled with holy water, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can go in, you can do the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the whole business, right?
Yeah.
But in this particular case, Jesse decided to, as he walked by that particular pedestal containing the holy water, he's like, yeah, I'm almost positive that's a urinal. And so as he is
classy
getting ready to do whatever he's going to do, he drops trow and then urinates into the pedestal containing the holy water. Now, that water almost indefinitely, probably at almost instant contact of the urine, becomes unholy water. We can agree on that, right, Big J?
That's just dirty pee water.
And you certainly don't want to
Devil water.
wipe it on your forehead and take the blessing and all that kind of stuff after it's done. The police officer who was then called onto the scene because the priest that was on duty was like, is that guy taking a pee in our holy water? He sure is, son of a gun. And so he called the police. That is considered a holy object, obviously, and the church isn't happy about it. The church said that he desecrated that particular pot, and they have to get rid of it entirely because he polluted it with urine. They did catch the incident on a security camera as well. A church worker did confirm the holy water was contaminated with urine, according to the police report. So they arrested Jesse, and of course, he was arrested with intentional desecration of a venerated object, Big J. That is a second-degree misdemeanor that carries a maximum 2-year prison sentence because that's a religious kind of thing, you understand? He ended up getting free on bail, and so he is awaiting any kind of court date that he could be hit with. But this is something that he could be in very, very deep trouble for because that's his third offense, Big J. So he's looking at now 15 years for urinating in a holy water dispenser. I mean, it's pretty clear that that's not a urinal, right? I mean, even if you wanted to think that it was, it's too far in the open. Your common sense has to kick in, right?
Yeah, now I know a lot better of what that song, Holy Water from the Funeral Portrait's all about.
Yeah, holding my holy water. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Do not urinate in those things. That's bad news. One of those things where I feel like you shouldn't have to say out loud, should be understood. But then things like this happen, and it's like, well, listen, you better say it just to be safe, right?
Yes.
Now you know. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X-Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the TDS Fiber Traffic Center on 100.3 The X.
This traffic report brought to you by Western Heating and Air. 84 eastbound has...
Here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And I'm not going to pretend we didn't have fun over the last week or so talking about a particular topic that had taken the world by storm. We had Jeff Augusta from Zoo Boise in our studio, and we even dared cross that line and asked him about 100 men versus a gorilla, Big J.
Yes.
It's the hot topic. We all have our opinions. We even got an opinion of an expert, but there is somebody here that's going to drag realism into it, whether you like it or not, okay?
Okay.
And these people are primatologists. They are the people that study gorillas up close and personal, understand their lifestyles.
Like Sigourney Weaver.
Well, I mean, kind of, yeah. But although she was playing a role, but I understand. Like Diane Fossey, the character she was playing, who in real life, of course, the person behind Gorillas in the Mist, if you will, the movie that Big J's referencing. But if you ever thought about the hypothetical fight between 100 men and a gorilla, there is a gentleman that's here to tell you that it would never, ever happen. No matter what the scenario, it just wouldn't happen. Because this gentleman has studied primates in both captivity in the wild in Uganda, has spent the last 30-plus years living amongst gorillas, and he said that, listen, number one, he'll tell you right now, gorillas are stronger than most people think they are. So that is his first take on this particular situation.
We understand it.
You don't understand it until you've seen them
was
backed against the wall, I guess.
people's limbs off.
But he says that this fight would never happen because gorillas are also much more intelligent than people think they are. And the animal would see the situation and go, I am outnumbered, and he would get the hell out of that situation as quickly as possible. So the gorilla would never engage in a fight in which it is outnumbered by 99 people. He's like, listen, I see this in the wild all the time. When it's 3-on-1, usually the gorilla goes, I got to break out of this situation. It's just not smart for me to be in this situation. I am outnumbered. So they would not stay in flight. They would climb. They would do whatever they needed to do. I mean, I guess unless you have them locked in a room. And even then, now we're in the area of already it seems more cruel than it needs to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so while gorillas are fast and strong, they also tend to be gentle giants. They're not exactly soldiers. They're not somebody that, like it's not like King Kong or Rampage. They don't like fight just to fight. They end up having to have a situation, and they usually are very nice, especially when human beings are involved. Now, he also says the other end of that coin is chimpanzees, because they will attack people. That has happened, as we have documented several times on this show. And so something to be aware of as well. The gorillas, chimpanzees, different things.
Remember when we feared just chimpanzees?
Well, they
so
were ripping
much
people's
so,
face off.
The bath salts and everything that was going on. I mean, it was almost a daily, weekly story, and we're going to hell about the travesty is don't get involved with them.
Yeah, the pets that were turning on the owners once they get older is a real thing.
We lost that fear and respect.
That's right. And I think the Planet of the Apes has kind of made us realize that things aren't maybe as realistic as we think. But again, that's a movie, something to keep in mind. But we have a gentleman, an expert here that says, hey, listen, this kind of battle would never happen. The gorillas just would straight up turn tail and run away because they're outnumbered, which makes sense. Listen, anybody who's getting into a fight 100v1, unless you're Chuck Norris, you don't stand much of a chance. The smart thing would be to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Agree or disagree, Big J?
Yep.
So the gorilla may be a little bit more smarter than people give them credit for. Something to learn. And now you know that fight would probably never happen. Not that people were actually rooting for it, I don't think, right? Although I did see plenty of...
probably some people.
There were plenty of video recreations of it, so I guess people were certainly thinking about it.
It's that kind of... And, I think to me, like, this is where the internet can be fun. Is people were taking that conversation and turning it into other things and memes and giving us a chance to take a break from all the garbage that's really out there, so we can just kind of like escape from it for a second.
Enjoy 100 people beating a gorilla to death.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Amen.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your Gorilla v Men update. Coming up in a few minutes, important stuff and your Pop Culture Smackdown. It's the X Rocks.
In search of news. Important stuff. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
It's out, Big J. The Institute for Quality of Life has finally released their Happy City Index for the year. And I want you to know that, at least as far as this Quality of Life Index is concerned, Americans, Big J, we are miserable.
Miserable.
This time last year, we had 6 cities in the United States of America in the top 50. We're down to 2, dude. Why are we so unhappy all of a sudden, dude?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Copenhagen, Denmark tops the list for the 3rd straight year. Congratulations. There are 82 indicators of joy that factor into this quality of life list: environment, economy, health, mobility, all sorts of other things. Now, Copenhagen ranks high because of their commitment to education, their access to healthcare, and their sustainability.
And they're chewing tobacco.
Zurich came in 2nd place, followed by Singapore. You have to go all the way down to 17 to find the first American city on the list, and that's New York City. And then the only other one in the top 50 is Minneapolis, Minnesota, which comes in 30th place. As this list continues to try to uncover and celebrate positive trends that boost happiness around the world, they have been releasing this list for the last 25 years, and unfortunately, Big J, we're falling off it at an incredible rate. We're angry and we're miserable, Big J. I don't understand. Ugh. And the worst part is none of us know why.
Who did this survey?
The Institute for Quality of Life.
Where are they located?
They are located
Zurich?
here in the United States of America. And they did this worldwide study that went into it. And Americans are not happy with the results. But then, Big J, I guess that leads right into their particular fact that nobody in America seems to be happy. Like, if this study pisses you off, probably why you're not on the list, bro.
I'm so angry at this.
Problem. I'm happy. What the hell's your problem?
I feel happy most of the time.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the environment and the economy and your mobility, Big J, that has been dragging us down. Because those are other factors in this list. Wasn't that long ago that college athletes made no money whatsoever, Big J. None. At least they didn't make any money that wasn't under the table, I suppose. But times have changed in a big way, and reports are swirling that the University of Texas will be spending up to maybe even more than $40 million this year for their 2025 football team.
What do they get out of that?
A bowl game, maybe?
Maybe.
Arch Manning is set to be the highest paid Longhorn by far. He is getting a paycheck well over $1 million for this particular season. He'll do better in the NFL, of course, if he lives up to his potential. He's got the pedigree, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But when you're, that's essentially, I mean, listen, there are, 83 scholarship players on a football team? Is that right? And that doesn't
I have no idea.
include walk-ons or things like that. Of course, you can have more and you can have more part of the team. But, NIL, I'm sure, is just for the college scholarship players. And that's $40 million divvied up around 80 players. I mean, some making more than others, of course, but that's like $500,000 to ride the bench, Big J, in Texas. And then you wonder why teams or players are opting out of the smaller schools to go to the bigger ones, even if they're not going to play. Money talks, as our friends AC/DC once sang.
Yes.
I think both of us are a little bit upset at Marvel Studios with the way that they have changed the marketing for Thunderbolts. Agree or disagree, Big J?
I don't. It's a weird plan.
It is a weird plan. I suppose if you want to seek it out, you can. I won't spoil it here, but the big talk about the Thunderbolts was, why is there an asterisk after the name of Thunderbolts? That is revealed in spoiler form in the movie in the end credits. And then Marvel has now gone to change the name of the movie in marketing and posters, large posters across the country, giving people the reason why that asterisk exists. And I feel like it's a pretty big spoiler for the film less than a week into its release.
Especially with, listen, if this had been a unexpected, huge box office weekend, right, where, they had $350 million, that kind of thing, then I would get it.
Right.
But it was I'm going to say lackluster for Marvel, at least what we're used to. Maybe not the last couple movies, but it's pretty much been on par. I think word of mouth will have it scoring much better this weekend. But, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do this right out of the gate.
Unless their thought is maybe with this new title, it might encourage more people to go see it because of what's happening. But it still seems really early on to be spoiling a big part of the movie to people that haven't seen it yet. So we won't talk about it. Marvel's doing it themselves, but I don't want to get blamed for it. If you haven't seen the Thunderbolts, both Big J and I think we recommend that film. Agree or disagree?
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
And so, you can check it out, but Marvel is ruining their own movie by their advertising, and it's a real bummer because I don't think they need to do that. I think word of mouth would have been just fine because a lot of people seem to enjoy it. But it certainly is an interesting move by one of the biggest movie studios in the country to maybe they think it's a winning move. I don't know. But I would be, if I hadn't seen the movie already, I'd be really upset.
It's also one of the biggest, marketing gimmicks they've ever used. I don't remember them doing something like that. Post the movie, coming out, changing. I mean, that seems like a pretty heady marketing move.
Unless that was the plan the entire time,
right.
But I still think you would want to have a little bit more time in the marketplace before you did something like that. That just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Because you can isolate your stuff from this if you choose to. It's fairly easy to avoid spoilers until you see it the second week it comes out. I don't think that's too much of a stretch, but to change the title and the whole marketing campaign around the new title is a weird move. But so if you haven't seen it yet, stay away. I think it ruins a pretty cool part about the movie and a big reason why this movie is kind of cool, the role that they play in the future of the MCU. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There is your important stuff. We got your Pop Culture Smackdown. It's happening next on the X Rocks.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, and we got some tickets to Monster Jam. It's happening May 9th, Ford Idaho Center Arena. That's coming up this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, Nick.
Friday, bro.
Yeah, so let's get you some tickets to this. It'll be a lot of fun. If you've never been to Monster Jam, it's a great time. Trust me, we enjoy ourselves when we go out there. So we'll get you set up with that if you beat Nick here in Pop Culture Smackdown.
Want to Monster Jam it up? Then get on the phone, 208-287-1003. That's the number that you need to call if you'd like to play a game called Pop Culture Smackdown. Big J will be throwing questions at you. You got to get them right and then hope I get one wrong, which is very possible these days. And then these Monster Jam tickets become your Monster Jam tickets, and hopefully that makes you happy. To the phones we go. Hello, the X.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, brother. What's your name?
Billy.
All right, Billy, you're up first, man. Good luck.
Well,
Thank you.
what's the name of the Baby Yoda character in The Mandalorian? Is it Yoda, Grogu or Mando?
Grogu?
Grogu is right. Good
Sounded
job.
like a guess,
Oh my
Billy.
goodness.
But you nailed
Good
it.
got
guessing.
lucky.
Good guessing, man. Nick, what is the name of the Mandalorian ship in the Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian?
Oh man, I just don't retain any of these knowledge. I watch all these shows. I've watched every single season, and like I remember some of the characters, but
I
like
mean,
that's
it's an awesome Lego.
part. Yeah, well, I don't build Legos, and so that doesn't really do me
You
any
do?
good. I do. Prove it, because I'm pretty sure I know what I do.
I
with
thought
my
you
time.
built Legos with your kid.
I do, but he doesn't like the Star Wars stuff. So I'm building a lot of like
Woof.
construction Legos and cityscape
This
Legos.
is what happens when I throw a softball.
And those kind of things. Yeah, no, man. I really. It's been too long since I watched season 3. So if you would ask me the day after, I'd probably get it. But now that knowledge is right out of my brain.
No, you wouldn't know.
More
It was-
important stuff
It was
is in there.
destroyed in season 2.
What was it?
The Razor Crest.
Yeah, no, I never would have gotten there. I don't remember
Yeah, me
that
neither.
at all.
Shameful.
Billy and I are on the same page, but Billy, you've got Monster Jam tickets. Well done, sir. Hang
Billy
on.
was lucky to get the first question
Hey,
right.
listen, luck is all it takes sometimes.
Right.
Billy is good to go, man. Enjoy Monster Jam on us. There's your Pop Culture Smackdown. Disappointing to be sure. We'll try to bring it up and make it up with headlines. That's next on the X.
Yes, you are now a better person for knowing this. It's Headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines are as follows, Big J. Gotcha, sicko. I apologize. And quack attack.
Gotcha, sicko.
A Pennsylvania woman that is being called the Delco Pooper after allegedly defecating on a person's car during a road rage incident has been arrested. Officers claim that Christina Solimento said, quote, I want to punch her in the face, but I pooped on her car instead, and then I went home. Now, Solimento was arrested on April 30th and has been charged with indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, and depositing waste on a highway, among other charges. If you haven't seen the video, Big J, it has gone viral. This woman was in a road rage incident with somebody that was directly behind her. She got out of her car, lifted up her dress, and literally diarrheaed all over the front hood of this woman's car. And then walked away like nothing happened. No wiping, no nothing. Just walked away and sat down in her car. That's got to be a mess too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of when I saw that video was like, oh my God. And, well, I mean, because it wasn't like, you know,
It's a poopy dress, man. You got poop all over
it was
yourself.
diarrhea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was liquidy. And so, like, there is something has to be done. Like, you have to make sure that you are clean after something like that happens. And she did not.
Well, you do. Apparently she
don't?
doesn't.
No, it's not. Maybe the rage, like, what made her self-cleaning. I don't know. But
The whole thing, I hope that she's clean. I don't think so, brother.
she got arrested.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. She's not allowed to diarrhea on
Again.
anybody else's car.
Sometimes cops got the worst job, man. You gotta do
Well,
that.
they did catch up with her the day after, so hopefully by that point she was clean.
Hopefully.
It took them a while to track down the lady in the video who diarrheaed on somebody's car. I apologize or quack attack.
Quack attack.
Saturday's minor league baseball game between the Springfield Cardinals and the Northwest Arkansas Naturals had to be delayed because 2 ducks decided to wander casually around the field. Video footage of the duck delay shows 1 duck flying away on its own, the other eventually just waddling off when crew members opened an outfield gate. The duck appears to be a bad omen for the Springfield team. They lost, Big J, that game.
Wow.
Now they should change their name to the Springfield Ducks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that would make a little bit more sense. Maybe the Ducks were protesting
Quack,
the
quack.
Cardinals' name. Where's our love? And so Springfield has some explaining to do to the Ducks. But yeah, sure, anything can delay a baseball game, Big J. It's been delayed by weather, by bees, by ducks, by birds. Hell, Randy Johnson once exploded a bird. That caused a delay. So you never know.
They've been
what
trying
can-
to stop games ever since in protest.
Revenge is the dish best served cold. Wrap it up with I apologize. Listen, I don't like to make myself part of a story, but part of this is my fault. If you remember last week, I told you about the world's first live sperm race, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it actually did take place at Los Angeles Center Studios, and it featured a microscopic racetrack, couple of contenders. They actually live streamed it, no pun intended. And they also had some like commentary going on. I watched it. It was actually kind of fun and entertaining, and I laughed. But a fertility doctor has seen the footage of the race and says there's no way that was human sperm. They said it was CGI, it's computer generated, according to Dr. Stephen Poulter, noting the differences in proportions and the swimming technique of what human sperm looks like to compare to what you see on the actual screen. And so the question becomes...
Way too much detail already.
Why put out fake videos about this? PR reps from the sperm racing organizers issued a document saying for added entertainment value, they remapped and did some dynamic 3D modeling of the track. So they admit to some CGI as well. Turns out maybe there wasn't a sperm race at all, Big J. And now I'm a little bit disappointed.
No,
I'll
it's
be
like
honest.
a pod race from the prequels.
Yeah, that also didn't happen. And was also courtesy of CGI. So very sad. I apologize for passing on information I thought was factual and correct. Turned out to just be one big phony story.
Big fat phony.
I apologize. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There are your headlines. You're officially up to date on everything. It is the X-Rocks. The Foo Fighters Learn to Fly here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Beginning on Monday, we are to give you a chance to win the best seats in the house, courtesy of Birds of Prey Motorsports in Caldwell. It's a really cool thing this year for X-Fest. We're going to be out there with a brand new, huge 2025 Maverick X3 DS Turbo side-by-side. It is a beautiful side-by-side.
Wait, did you say diesel?
No.
Oh, okay.
DS Turbo
DS.
side-by-side. It is going to be up on risers, and that's what the best seats of the house are going to be. Comfortable bucket seats inside these beautiful, stylish ATV.
Yeah,
above
no keys.
everybody in the VIP section. Yeah, we're taking the keys away. But you are going to be able to hang out in it and enjoy the show in style in a wonderful side-by-side courtesy of Birds of Prey. We're going to do the X-Fest Spelling Bee beginning on Monday. It's going to happen 3 times a day, 7:30 with us, 12:30 with Jason Drew, 5:10 with Adam. You got to spell an X-themed word correctly. Yes, you're going to have to spell in order to get qualified for these best seats in the house. But we'll throw in a free pair of tickets to X-Fest. You'll be sitting in the VIP section, and you'll be living it up inside that side-by-side courtesy of Birds of Prey Motorsports. It begins on Monday. You do have to be over 21 to enter and win because you're in the VIP section, but it will be worth it. So tune in beginning Monday to play along. But Big J, let's talk a little bit about celebrities and what they follow or don't follow on social media.
I mean, how irritating. It must be irritating as hell sometimes to be a celebrity. Now, there's a yin and yang to this because, you know, most of the time they have millions of followers and they're probably getting paid really well whenever they post something. But it's like people analyze every move, everything that you do on there, like it's the second coming to get information on what's going on. Example, The White Lotus, a very popular show on HBO Max. Nick, Walton Goggins, Amy Lou Wood, their co-stars. I guess there was some sort of beef or some sort of situation. And
we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. And I guess like Walton at some point either stopped following her or something, and it raised the red flag. The same thing happened with Travis Kelce and Ryan Reynolds, and it's like, good God, who cares?
Now, there's a level of fame that people hit where I truly do believe that their public social media pages are not even in their control. I believe they have assistants and people that their job is to keep up on stuff like that.
This nonsense?
I really don't know, but I think that most celebrities that are famous have burner accounts and those kind of things that they
God, I
really
hope they do.
that they really kind of follow and their close friends are in that are all locked in. But their public side, and I don't know if I don't think Walton Goggins is of that level, nor do I think Travis Kelce is, to be perfectly clear. But I do think that there are celebrities that like have zero control over the front public facing version of their social media, that it's all through ads or that's all through different posts or it's all done through somebody else that's supposed to be posting these things and scheduling these things. And there's a little bit more there than meets the eye. For instance, I don't think Ryan Reynolds does his own media. I think that he has several people that post for him and with him and all those kind of things. But I do believe that there is some drama that goes along with it, which is why we pay attention when people follow or unfollow people, when relationships ends or when they have a bad experience doing something. We like to read between the lines and we like that drama, I think.
I mean, if they must like it too.
I think so.
Because, I mean, the easiest way to avoid that whole situation is don't unfollow. I mean, I'm never going to unfollow someone unless they post something that's egregious against my personal, I think, my personal preferences or at least my personal beliefs in that sort of thing. Whether it's bigot or racist kind of material, I'll unfollow somebody then. But even the kids would be like, "Can you unfollow this person because they wanted me to follow them, like they were friends, and now they're not friends."
Oh.
You haven't been into that mess yet?
No, I
don't think.
haven't. I haven't.
And I'm like, no. I
Now-
mean, it's not something I care about enough to pay attention to.
You tapped into something that reminded me as I continued to read books. I read essentially like I don't want to call it an autobiography, but it kind of was like an expose of the publicists in the world of Hollywood. And they were talking about
What a
play-by-play.
great page turner,
It
dude.
was actually fairly interesting about how it actually all works and what goes into this kind of thing. And they were talking about these things, and it's all about controlling and changing the narrative when you're going through something that you don't want to talk about or whatever. And they're like, one of the easiest ways to distract the public is these social media things, and you create controversy where there is no controversy, and you divert people's attention away from what's actually going on. If you want to get over something, start a beef with somebody online, follow somebody or unfollow somebody that people think you're friends. They instantly gravitate towards that because that is the equalness of currency, and that's what gets our attention as collective public. And it really, truly does kind of steer you away from whatever stuff that you want people to talk about. They'd much rather talk about this stupid drama than anything else that's going on. And it's fairly interesting to me how easily manipulated we are as a general public in that particular way. And it does make sense because stories like this gain traction, and these are the kind of things that for some reason capture our attention when there's so much more important things going on that we should be worried about, and we're worried about why two people in White Lotus are beefing. It's very weird to me.
I know. I'm just now at that point. I'm the old guy.
You don't care anything about it?
League. Get off my lawn.
All right. Well, we'll post that in a few minutes and see if it works. Morning After with Nick.
I'll unfollow you. Let's start our own controversy.
And Big J. There's your social media update. We got your bad impressions. They're next to the X.
Landscaping.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And let's hook you up with some tickets. Cradle of Filth coming to the Revolution Concert House and Event Center on May 20th. We'll get you set up with a awesome metal show for free. You just need to figure out bad impressions here, and the tickets are yours.
Let me give you our phone number, 208-287-1003. That's the number you need to call if you'd like to play a game called Bad Impressions. Now, here's how it works. Big J has 3 clues. Each clue, individually and collectively, will point you in the direction of somebody famous?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Or something famous.
Okay. Is it today something famous?
Yes, something famous.
All right. So it'll point you into an inanimate object?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
That is the case today. If you can figure out what famous inanimate object Big J is talking about, then congratulations. It will be you that is the victor. You'll do a small victory lap, Bad Impression style, and win yourself some tickets to Cradle of Filth, which is happening at the Rev Center coming up later on this month if you'd like to play. Are you ready, Big J?
I'm ready.
That's all I needed to hear. Hello, the X. Oh, okay, fine.
No
Apparently,
tickets for you.
That person's not ready. Hello, the X.
Hey,
What's up, man? What's your name?
Aaron.
All right, Aaron, you're up first. Good luck.
Not a person, a thing, Aaron, okay?
Alrighty, what is it?
It's not a person, it's a thing, all right? Here are the clues.
Okay, it's a thing.
Our first version of the game was 2D, and you controlled your car via keyboard.
Next.
The 5th installment of our game came out in 2013 and has made $8.5 billion with millions still playing the game.
Next.
We just postponed our 6th game release until May of 2026.
Is this Forza Horizon?
No.
Video game?
Yeah, it is a video game. It's a successful one.
What video game do you think it was?
He said Forza.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's a motorsport game.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Aaron. That is not the video game Big J is looking for, but you did crack the code as to what particular kind of style of something he's looking for. It's definitely a video game. What's the matter?
Forza is a great game, but it
Now,
hasn't made $8.5 billion.
Maybe it has in his mind. In my mind, it has. Hello, the X.
Is it Gran Turismo?
Well, you got the first
he's
part
trolling.
right.
You're trolling, right?
He's not. Hello, the X.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. Yes.
Yeah, did you hear Big J's clues?
I know you heard him.
I did.
The answer is?
Grand Theft Auto.
There we go.
Nailed it, sir. Congratulations. What's your name? Anthony, Cradle of Filth tickets are yours. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with everything you need to know. Why is Grand Theft Auto in the news?
Yeah, well, obviously earlier this week we found out that, hey, that thing's not coming out till May of 2026. And then today they dropped the second trailer, Nick. So that will be splashed everywhere you look today. If you are anywhere in the gaming atmosphere, you will see this probably multiple times. It'll probably break all kinds of records, etc.
Well, they needed to. I don't know if you saw, but after they announced the delay, the company lost like 8% in their profits in the stock market. So they probably needed to tease something up to get people excited
Which
again.
is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, like, it's stupid stock market.
Welcome to capitalism, my friend.
Just take a breath for a second. Everybody's going to lose their stocks.
And so, they needed, I think, something to turn the narrative around, as we were just talking about, to talk about positive things again instead of another major delay for a gigantic video game that people were looking forward to. We do have the trailer. Did it get you? It must have gotten you excited for it.
I don't know. It's kind of underwhelming.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you this, though. The graphics are ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean, it is for sure, without a doubt, next level. And it's amazing that stuff that's in there is gameplay.
You know, the other side to this coin is, like, listen, it doesn't matter when they release the game or how many trailers they release. It has my money. I'm sure it has yours as well already, right?
Yeah, and, that's another thing. I mean, it's not going to cost you $70. It's going to be more.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be more than happy to pay that. I still play from time to time Grand Theft Auto 5 online. And but this is definitely a bigger look of what the game is going to entail, and some big-time actors in this as well.
At least one we can think of.
Yep.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We wrap up the show here next on the X.
Heal your boss.
As latest from Killswitch Engage, I Believe, wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J on this Tuesday. You guys selected a movie for Big J to watch tonight. He will do so by watching the movie Confess Fletch. That is on Paramount Plus. If you want to watch it yourself, could be on Showtime. We really don't know. We won't know until Big J reports in later and tells us what he thinks of the movie. We also had a chance to give away some Monster Jam tickets. That will continue tomorrow. If you're looking to Monster Truck It Up, we'll have you. We'll give you a chance tomorrow morning on the show. And we even reminded you that Big J holy water kind of places are not urinals. That is an important thing to understand if you're going to be hanging out in a church, and some person learned the real hard way. But that does leave you with the floor, sir.
Texas voters, Southern Texas voters, have formally gotten together and voted to create a company town for SpaceX called Starbase, Nick. So just like Hershey, Pennsylvania, now SpaceX has their own Starbase there in Texas. And so most of the people who live there work for SpaceX doing space stuff.
What do they have to vote on, though?
I think it's in order to, officially change the name. I think it was a small kind of like hamlet. So they changed the company town to make it an official, like, annexed town. And they're gonna have a mayor, city councilman positions, all that.
They didn't have this before?
Former and current SpaceX employees. So that's pretty interesting.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. That's the show.
It's just to me.
Jason Drew is coming up next. Enjoy that. We'll see you tomorrow. It's the X Rocks.
It's the Peak and